Welcome back to the Yavneh Media Studio podcast. I am here. This is the second episode for the Yavneh Alumni, and we've got a very, very special guest, Mr. Josh Ben-Moshe, a graduate from 2013. Welcome, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
Josh, it is great to have you here. It's been a long time since you were in my media class. 2013, wow. A lot of lost premierships and won premierships with Collingwood. Ho-ho! Yep, had to put that in. But what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, I took a gap year, started working, got married last month.
Oh, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov sound effect.
Mazel, yeah, there is a... welcome to being married.
So yeah, things are good. Yavneh's always in my heart.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, your career. I know what you've done, but the viewers don't. Some do, but what have you been doing? I know you're in the industry that, well, as a media teacher that I'm really into. Tell us about that. And how did you get into that industry?
Yeah, so I am slowly forging a career in film and TV.
Nice.
Bit by bit, brick by brick. What happened? I'm fortunate enough. My dad's been in the industry for a while, so I think that was like a really helpful thing for me because it's a pretty daunting and formless industry in ways. It's not like you just kind of submit to a clerkship and get a job at a law firm. You're having to figure out where jobs even are.
Yeah.
And so he illuminated the industry for me a little, and that was like really helpful. And then, but you kind of just have to get the experience, make yourself employable, obviously, in your own right. And so, yeah, I've just been taking jobs in weird different places and now about to start my first feature documentary, directing my first feature documentary.
Oh, wow.
For the ABC.
What's that on?
That's on a whipcracker in the Outback. It's kind of Tiger King-esque.
Okay.
And yeah, I made a Jewish dating documentary for ABC.
We were going to bring that up. Okay. Actually, let's bring that up now. Why don't we? I'll just work on this. Bear with me. Okay. Tell us about this while I've got this happening, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, documentary explores. Who's that guy? That's Josh himself. Now, tell us about this documentary.
Yeah. So
You love a good love story.
I love a good love story. It's true. I think like everyone kind of does in a way, it's a pretty successful formula, tried and tested. And obviously I love being Jewish as well. So this was kind of...
Kol hakavod.
Thank you very much, Mr. D. So this is a good intersection.
As a graduate Leibler, look, shout out to Yavneh College. Come on, shout that out. Thank you. I'm glad you mentioned that. You didn't mention that you did media, but that's all good. It's all good. Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I heard about these essentially like these singles ski trips, where Jewish people would go on, and
Nice.
In addition to skiing, which is like a pretty fun draw card, they would mingle in a pretty natural way and see if they could find a match. And so I went on one of these. At the time, when I started this project, I was single, and I was kind of exploring these questions for myself, like, do I want to marry Jewish? What is being Jewish to me? All those things. By the time, everything takes so long, it took me 3 years to make this half-hour thing. By the time I actually got to production, I was in a relationship. But it's those stories that I think, like, all Jewish single people, anyone from, everyone asks it, anyone from any ethnic minority or whatever it is, asks, these questions. And so that kind of drives the film.
So you were kind of like matchmaker, make me a match.
I was a little.
Yenta. He's a Yenta. Yeah, Yenta. This I did watch it actually, and I was like, wow, I haven't been to the snow in many years. But yeah, it was a very interesting concept when I heard of it and when I saw it. Yeah, so kol hakavod and muzzles to this was fantastic. So how did you find, what's one of these questions we had here? What was the hardest part of making this, like working in this production?
Yeah, it's very much a labor of love. You have to really, really want to do it and kind of be a bit mad in your your ambition, I suppose.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you know, I was doing it on a very small budget, and it was just me and another guy essentially hustling to make this thing happen, and hustling to get it on TV, and hustling to get, you know, the access into the world.
Yeah.
And then to, you know, you have one weekend to essentially get the footage for a compelling story that's good enough for TV. So
it's you're working. I mean, this is amazing to hear for our media students at Yavneh as well. You're on a production doing it, and I've told them, yeah, like they kind of like go, oh, I can't do this folio, the short film, but you're in that, and you know what it's like to be in the real industry, and it's great to hear it.
Yeah, I think like that's actually like, if I think back to my year 12 media film, it's the same thing. It's just you're going up in levels all the time. Like for my year 12 film, I had to organize 2 actors, I had to get a space, I had to get a camera, I had to figure out how to edit it. You know,
and we'll talk about that later. Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay, sure. But then it just goes up a level, and now it's like I'm going up another level, and there are challenges at every step, and you're learning all the time. But that's just a natural evolution, I suppose.
The evolution is Josh Ben-Moshe, Kubrick, Spielberg, Nolan,
Mr. D.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm up there. You know, the goat. Yeah, wait, hang on. Now let's get into some other questions we've got here. So, what's one piece of equipment, software, or skill that you absolutely couldn't do your job without? Obviously, the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like the tool that I use most is like my editing software. Because I also like, you know, do like freelance videography and making little videos. And
what do you do for that?
Oh, just like, you know, little corporate videos. My other main job is I edit reality television.
Nice.
So
any shows we know?
MasterChef, Married at First Sight.
Wow. Maths.
Yeah. Boo.
I mean, look, yeah, good for you, but I just can't. I just can't. Yeah, just can't do that. I'd rather watch Jewish Dating in the Snow.
Thank you.
Haha.
Thanks.
Oh, whoops. Yep.
So yeah, I think it's the tool, because it's essentially like you have particularly in factual content, if you're writing a script for a movie, then you're writing, you know, before the movie. But if you're filming real people, then the writing a lot of the time happens afterwards. And so that writing happens in the edit. And so that editing software that I really feel like is my tool, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It would be difficult to be editing like reality TV. There's so many stories that are happening at the same time. MasterChef, and I like watching MasterChef to see like the edits they do. So you're part of that. You know, they got this is the meal, and then they cut to the meal, and then they cut to like the first fork, and then there's that wide shot of those 2 guys looking at each other, tasting it, and it's like, Josh Ben-Moshe, you made gefilte fish with chicken soup. I just want to say it's beautiful. So you're cutting all that together, yeah?
Yeah. I'm one of those people cutting.
Nice. If a student wanted to get hands-on experience right now, what would you recommend they do?
That's a great question. I think like any job that in some way uses the skills that you ultimately want to use in your dream job. So like, I did a lot of just like freelance videography work with a freelance videographer in the community.
Yeah.
And that's great, because I was, you know, going on to like real life sets or productions, just little ads or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Helping edit, you know, things like that. If there's someone that you know who makes videos around, see if you can just help them out for a bit.
Yeah.
People need a spare pair of hands, and I think like it's those experiences that I think are really useful.
That is so correct. And I've told my students, they're like, oh, what if I want to, you know, I told them on the holidays, instead of sitting there playing Fortnite or whatever, I play Fortnite, but I'm just saying, you know, get involved with something, help someone. Or, you know, what's interesting, Josh, is that back in your day, 2013, I mean, YouTube was in its early stages, but like content creating, like during COVID, I got into like doing the YouTube channel and all that. But now the youth have got access to like distribute their work in a variety of places. And it's just like you see TikTok, people going viral for the most ridiculous things. I mean, I jumped on TikTok with a few impressions during COVID as well, and I got 30,000, 40,000, but I just don't value, nothing against TikTok and social media. I don't value that content. It's there for a purpose, for a laugh or whatever, but I just think, what do you think about like putting a short film or making a short film, putting it on YouTube or festivals? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in it, then go for it. Yeah, before Jewish Singles, I made one little short. It was during COVID, and it was 8 minutes, and that allowed me, because I got it into one festival, and that allowed me to then do Jewish Singles.
That's exactly right.
So yeah, I think it's helpful, and I also just think like, if you're practicing the skills, you're practicing the skills, and that's always useful. You can't just expect to be in your dream job, right? You have to kind of do the work that gets you there and learn what is required and get like familiar with all the steps of it.
You look at, and you look at directors like Kubrick and Spielberg. Look at Spielberg. He was 26 when he made Jaws, and we did that in year 11. We did the case study for that, and all the stuff that he went through, they were going to fire him and this and that, the shark wasn't working and all that. But like, it happens to everyone. Everyone has to like gain those levels, XP, level up. And
For sure.
I'm glad that you're enjoying the career path, Josh, put it that way. Yeah. Let's talk about...
Well, you had one question on there that I had a sneak peek that was basically saying like, if you had to give, I think it was like one
Yes,
advice or something.
which was... we're going to get to that now, I think. Yeah.
Sorry for jumping the gun, but I just
No, it's all good. What's...
No, because I was just going to say that, like, my approach to my work that I think would apply to any industry and life is just, like, you can either view feedback and constructive criticism as a negative or a positive, and I just love it because I know that it makes me better. And so I take that approach to absolutely everything, and I think it's, like, undeniably made me better.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have in the VCE Media, Viscom Art, they have feedback sessions for the very reason you show your work, everyone gives feedback, and you take that feedback, you annotate. I mean, it's different to what you're doing. You're actually in the industry, which leads to these questions here about what first sparked your interest in this path. Was there a specific moment at school that influenced your career path, or what?
It all started in media class.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is a good one. Good one. No, that was a legit question, but
no, I'll tell you. I don't know if I have like a specific moment. I do.
I mean, obviously your dad. That was a big part. Yeah,
definitely. As I said, kind of that showed that it's possible as a career. But I do think. Well, yeah, when you're in school, you kind of know which classes you enjoy, and I think that's like telling in terms of what kind of work you'd want to do. And I always loved media. I always loved drama. I always loved English. And I think like those are the kind of three things that I've taken most into my career. But yeah, I don't know. I think like, making fun videos at school, be it for house captains or anything.
The 3 and 6 stuff.
All that stuff. Like I always just loved it. And it never felt like work. It always felt like fun. So
we do have something here.
Oh God.
Actually talking about that. Oh boy, where is it? I hope this works.
I hope it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh no. Bear with me. Oh no. We do have this here that we wanted to discuss. This was one of your smaller videos that you looked at back in the day. Do you remember this at all, Josh?
Let's see.
Whoa.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
And this is Yavneh News Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember this.
You remember this?
This was for media, wasn't it?
This was for Year 11 Media. I'll just flick to your bit here. Hang on. There we go.
Thanks, Naomi, for that cutting-edge.
Good old Kalkov.
Yeah. In other news, rapper from claims Ketzad Adim Nasim Zon.
Josh, you hear what's going on? Ketzad Ha'idim Nasim Zomerman.
Thanks, Rav. Recent sightings of the high-profile Ukrainian crime lord.
Anyway, yeah. The gatekeeper. So, but I remember you guys filming this. There's some B-roll there that you got at the end of it. But we had the big green sheet, in the drama room, the desk. Now we've upgraded that to the green wall. I don't know if you saw the media room. But, so you were really into it. I remember even it was you, Ruben, all your crew there.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I've got an image here of the VCE class back then.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. Good old. There was some real talent there. There's talent every year, but that was a big year. There you are. There.
Lawrence is also doing great things.
Yeah, we're gonna have a chat to him too. He's working at Channel 9 now or SCN, one or the other. Yeah.
One of those.
And Duddy got into that industry as well.
Yeah.
Ruben, I saw him at Shaw last year, and I think I haven't seen Mikey. And yeah.
Yeah, great group. Yeah, that was the best.
And look, we'll talk about this, but you went down that path in that class. Let's just talk about it was common knowledge, and I'm pretty happy. I was very happy with it. How did you go in media?
I think you know how I went.
How did you go?
I got a 50, Dasker.
Oh, yeah. I think every class since then has heard about your 50. Now, it's not just about it's not just about the 50, but I was very happy that year, the Premier's Award. How was it like accepting that? That was very, very well done. Mazel tov. We had some great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely an honor, and it was a really kind of useful thing to have on my resume as well. What can I say? Yeah, it was. I think obviously gave me a bit of confidence, and
nice.
I was happy that the class did well generally as well. I think we had a really good year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you were I remember you did drama as well. I remembered that now. So yeah. So I showed you the newscast video. Let's talk about the other video that I wanted to bring up, which was hopefully it all works. Window capture, not that. It's not working. Oh, come on. Just one sec, bear with us. While I get this up, your production that you worked on, the media film, what did you think of that, like, when you created it?
Yeah.
Was there any issues you had when you did it?
It's a good question. It's been a minute now. Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard kind of recreating the inside of a spaceship in the media room.
Yeah.
I remember used a lot of aluminium foil, and some of it was falling down, and
yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember what we edited it on, but no, I think it did all right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed writing it. I remember at the time. It's a fun little gimmick.
There we go. There's some footage here. I'll just play a bit. I always thought this guy looked like Steve Carell.
Yeah, it's a good call, actually.
Yeah. But you filmed that in the little alcove where the IT office is.
Yeah.
How did you come up with this idea?
I don't know. I think it was literally just a funny thought or conversation, like how did Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin decide who went first? And then I just kind of turned that into an idea. And like I think you spend the first half of the film not really knowing what they're fighting about or like debating, and then you figure it out.
I think I remember it was a long time ago, but we've still got the students still watch old VCE media films, so we've got a shared folder and yours and Duddy's did very well.
Yeah, Duddy's was great, I remember.
Completely different.
Yeah.
But just the editing was very sharp. The acting was great by these two guys. Yeah. And the storyline, that's what I think it was funny on the night. People were laughing, and it was quite a funny story. And people didn't know what it was about, but you could see the talent in you. I'm just saying in terms of like the editing and the ideas that you had at that age, and that's why you did so well. Now the 50, you did well in the exam and the folio and all the sacks, but I think that's what students need to see. They need to see, whether you get a 50 or 40, whatever. But it's just the effort, the time and effort that you put in, and you were rewarded. And look at you now. You got ABC.
That's my dad. Yeah.
Good old Danny.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Not his best performance.
How long did it take you to actually film all this, do you reckon?
I think we took a day. Yeah, we did it all in one day. I can't remember how many hours there.
Yeah. It was like how many years ago now? It was a long time ago.
Yeah, just over 10.
Like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was memorable. I mean, you'll never forget it, and that's it.
I'll never forget it. Yeah.
And then this little bit, you got a bit of a cameo here as well. Looking at this folio, looking at this film, what is some advice that you'd give to, I mean, it could be any VC student right now, but more so ones that are doing a folio subject. What are some key words you want to give of wisdom? Even actually, you can say all about VC, about English and balancing everything together.
Yeah, sure. I think I don't know if I'm just a weirdo, but I enjoyed my subjects, and I picked subjects that I knew I would enjoy, and because of that, I was kind of enthusiastic, I suppose, and that translates into your work. It made doing the work easier. So I think if you're like trying to find the things, you're not, it's still VCE. You're not like, it's not designed to be like a party, but if you can try to find the things within that do intrigue you, that do get your brain working, and I think lean into that.
Okay. And there was a final question that we had by the staff, actually, and there's a camera there as well. Yeah, there we go. Hi. Who was your one of your most inspirational teachers? Could have been a teacher to you, or who was an inspirational teacher for you at Yav?
Yeah, well, of course, Mrs. Kafka in English. I really enjoyed her classes.
Yeah, but look, she was an English teacher. Everyone loves their English teacher. Think about it. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. All right. It was another inspirational teacher you had.
Oh, Sandy Klein in drama.
Yeah, but drama is that type of subject where there's going to be always a outgoing kind of it's just a normal question, Josh. That's it. Just think.
Mrs. Becher in maths.
I mean, maths. Yeah. I mean, like, everyone loves maths. Did you really? I mean, okay. Anyone? I mean, like, apart from the main English, maths. What about? Did you have anything else? Like, who was yeah?
Gee.
Just got to think.
Yeah.
I mean, there was Heads of Year, maybe, who was...
Yeah, there was Esther Meltzer. There was Skov and music.
Oh, wait, yeah, hang on. So, Head of Year, I'm not going to count Head of Year. In the arts department, good one, yeah, because you mentioned that. Who was someone who was an inspiration to you and helped you?
Yeah, well, I said Skov, so...
Yeah, but did you take on music? That's the thing.
I like music.
Yeah, you liked music. Everyone likes music, but, I'm asking you now, Josh. You're under the pump here. Who was your favourite teacher of all time? Well, without saying Skov or Meltzer or Becher or Sandy or Kafka, please give me that answer.
Yeah, I mean, the only other teacher I can remember is you, Mr.
Oh, wow. I tell you what, I am so happy. Thank you so much. You heard it. That's his favourite. Yep. Thank you. It feels so magical. That was all set up, by the way. I'm not tooting my own horn. Josh, is there anything else you wanted to add to this? It's been quite an experience and quite a chat here. It's great to have you back from 2013. Time has gone by so quick, but, I'm glad that you've gone down this path, and I'm glad that you could come in and talk to us and the Yavneh community and the students that are taking on media and other art subjects as well, because it's good to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks. It's been great chatting to you and seeing you again. If I had to give one final thought, I would say that if you do love art, and if you do kind of wish that was a possible career for you, I think believe that it is possible, and go for it. Like because there is an industry out there, and if you love it, then go for it.
Muzzles. All right, Josh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Daska. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It has been a pleasure. Thank you all for joining us. Oh, wait, hang on. On the Yavneh Media Art Studio podcast, this is a wrap for the second alumni podcast. Thank you so much, everyone. And that's a wrap, Josh.
That's a wrap.